Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Back here at Baumhower's Victory Grille, starting a little early for some obvious reasons, walking you up to Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show down in Tuscaloosa at the Baumhowers down there. Today was the teleconference. Lane Kiffin spoke about the possibility of a certain head coach who might be joining the Southeastern Conference.
To you, what stands out about him as someone that could potentially have success in the SEC?
When you bring that up, I told the staff yesterday, I said, I feel like going to be in head coaches meetings in the conference. I think our first one's January with Coach Summerall. So it's funny you bring that up. Yeah.
So I just I have not heard any word on whether or not Tulane may be rejoining the Southeastern Conference. Now, if we could only talk to the head coach of the Green Wave, and John Summerall is kind enough to join us. How are you, Coach?
I'm great, guys. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Absolutely. What a start for you guys down there on the Bayou. It just in particular, that Duke game. What did you learn out of your team last Saturday, Coach?
Well, I thought our guys handled kind of the hype around the game really well. Darian Mensah, our former quarterback here last year, no longer with us is at Duke, and love and care about Darian. Once you play one snap for me or 1,000 snaps, you're gonna be one of my guys forever. And so, but there was a lot of external publicity about Darian's return here and hype around the game, and I really thought our guys handled a lot of it well and really understood that, like, man, the emotional component or maybe the revenge component is not how you win a game. It's by focusing on doing your job at a really high level and being really consistent. And we still didn't play our best. We did some really good things. We did some things that weren't great, but we found a way to win the game. And I felt like our guys handled the moment well. And we'll have to do that this week for sure, going into a hostile environment against a really quality Ole Miss team who's, 13th in the country or 11th in the country. And we got to play the best football we've played all year to give ourselves a chance.
Well, he is. I heard quite a bit from Lane today. By the way, do you have any kind of comment with what Lane just said about you being in an SEC meeting in January, Coach?
Well, Tulane was in the SEC before. I haven't talked to my AD if we're moving back. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough.
So, Coach, when you watch at Ole Miss this year, they don't look quite as talented, or maybe they're just younger on defense. And then, of course, offensively, they've been able to score points.
Yeah, I mean, I do think you're right. They're maybe breaking in some newer guys. I see talented guys. I mean, they got long, athletic, twitchy, fast dudes all over the place. I just think last year they had so many returning pieces on defense, in particular the D-line up front, that, like, man, it was like a well-oiled machine. And I think, with this day and age we're in, where you have significant roster turnover, we all deal with it. We have 60 new players on our team out of 116 on the roster, and so it's an era, it's a world where every year you have to kind of reinvent yourself. And I don't know that they've had that much roster turnover there, but you have, like I said, we have 5 total returning starters from last year's team. I got 2 offensive linemen, a D lineman, a linebacker, and a safety. And so there's so much movement on your roster that you're having to retrain guys. So I actually think they look really talented. I just think sometimes it takes you a little time to hit your stride. It kind of reminds me of our team last year here. It took us a couple weeks to kind of really settle in and start playing decent defense. They got a lot of good players. They're just, I think, always developing as you go through the year. And they played a really talented quarterback last week. The Taylor Green kid at Arkansas, man, he's a gifted player. Like, when you watch him on video, that's a guy that's fun to watch play. I mean, he's got the ability to beat anybody, and he's that type of talent. And so I'd say that about how they're doing on defense. And then offensively, the beat goes on, man. Like, they just keep doing what they do. I mean, it's like you look up and at the end of the first half, they got 31 points, and you just, like, you blink and they score on you. And so we got to be really good against, what they do. They can run it and throw it. If you load the box, they're going to take shots and torch you in the pass game. If you play the pass game and kind of lighten the box, they'll run it down your throat. And I think Lane does as good a job as anybody in college football of just kind of taking what's there and making you pay for what you're giving up.
So this day and age coaching, as far as, get 60 new players, does that make you change, like, based on your talent, what you do offensively? And does that make it harder to prepare for or against? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do what your players do best, and that changes so much year to year.
Yeah, you have to adapt and evolve every year. And the best systems are the ones that adapt to their players. We got certain things we may like to do, but the things that work best are the ones that our players can do. All right. And so we're constantly trying to, find things that cater to our players' strengths and maybe offset or mitigate any weaknesses we have. And so while we may be developing those weaknesses, we don't want them to be maybe the marquee thing we're doing. And so you have to constantly evolve and retool what you do. I mean, I don't think you can stay the same ever. And if you do, you're going to get passed, you're going to get caught, or you're going to get exposed. And so for us, it's so much about just building the things we do around who our players are and catering things to their skill sets. And it is harder and harder because you may have to overhaul certain systems more substantially year to year based upon the amount of roster turnover you do have. And it's definitely a challenge for sure.
Coach, you mentioned the quarterback, the offense, but the quarterback room there for Ole Miss. We saw Trinidad come in, and just the quarterback room there for Ole Miss, be it Austin Simmons or Trinidad. What kind of challenges does that bring for your defense, Coach?
Well, both are extremely talented. The youngster Simmons, 13, he can make all the throws, very impressive arm talent. Hasn't played a ton of college snaps, has played, but, is a first-year starter and but really gifted kid. I was telling some people earlier today, like, usually you can sometimes watch a guy throw on tape and you're like, yeah, I think he's got a pretty good arm, but I can't tell. And usually you like seeing a guy throw live and you're like, you can really tell. And this dude, you can watch him on tape and you're like, okay, he's got a hose. Like, he can make all the throws. Like, the arm talent is very real. And he's got good athletic ability too. This Trinidad guy that came in last week, the kid from Ferris State, number 6, you could tell really experienced, has great poise, plays with a lot of confidence, has just kind of that moxie about him where he just sort of is a winner. And really liked watching him play. I'm not really excited about if we have to play him because he's a good player too. And so both of them present challenges. Both of them are going to be a handful to deal with. And I think both have really bright futures.
I know you mentioned your quarterback going to Duke, but Jake coming in, albeit late to the party, but four rushing touchdowns last week. Tell me what you like most about Jake running your offense, Coach.
Yeah, well, he's run the ball probably better than even anticipated. We knew he was athletic coming in, but he's been really good with his legs. He's got to continue to work on ball security. He's had 2 fumbles on the year that I haven't been real pleased with. And then our throw game has really improved over the last couple of weeks. Week 1, I didn't think we threw and caught the ball very well. Some of that was on him. Some of that was on receivers. But I thought we left a lot to be desired passing the football in game 1. Got a little bit better game 2. And then last week we looked like we knew what we were doing maybe. And so I think we're headed in the right direction in regards to throwing the football. And but it's been very impressive to see what Jake's done. Game 1, when we played Northwestern in game 1, Jake had been here for a whopping 38 days before game 1. And so really, really cool to see how he has quickly gotten acclimated to new place, new people, new offense, and just kind of made it work.
I know wins always help, Coach, but in terms of the locker room with that late addition of a very key piece, what is the locker room like 3 games into it, Coach?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm about as straight up as you can get. People, my wife would tell you my greatest strength is probably my greatest weakness is I'm brutally honest. Like, I don't really, if you want to know how I feel, just ask, and I'll tell you. And so before we brought Jake into the fold, I met with our quarterback room and explained to them, hey, here's our thought process. Here's why we're doing this. I also asked them, I said, hey, who's been promised anything about playing time to come here? And they all said, none of us. And I said, all right, this guy's been promised nothing either. And to be honest, through the first, week and a half of training camp, Brendan Sullivan was winning the starting job probably. And Then Brendan had an injury setback for a couple weeks, and Jake during that time frame really elevated his play. And out of the guys that were the other guys in the room competing for the job, and he won it, and he's done a great job of embracing the opportunity. But we handle that head on. I mean, I don't like just let things pop on the news and our players find out. I tell them straight up. And so, I like the direction of our locker room in regards to the culture and the team. I think that going back to 60 new players, my biggest fear of this day and age is like losing connectivity amongst your team and losing guys actually having relationships with each other and being authentic and genuine and caring about each other. And so that's something we work really hard to kind of build. It's a never-ending battle, but it's something I think you have to do if you want to have success.
From a defensive standpoint, Coach, the tempo has always been kind of at least from a fan point of view, a hallmark for Lane Kiffin. But it certainly has. He is at his best when he has a strong running game more than anything. But from a defensive standpoint, how do you deal with that fastball stuff when it can be quick at times, but not all the time?
Yeah. I think when you watch them early in games, you see a lot of teams struggle with the tempo that they present. And early in games, they score in droves, it feels like. And so it is a challenge. And then the run game, man, my first game as head coach for Troy was actually against Ole Miss.
That's right.
And I was ridiculously concerned about giving up explosive pass plays, which I still am this week. But that week we played a ton of like light boxes and really tried to just cover them down and make sure we didn't give up big chunks in the pass game. Well, they ran for like 300 yards on us, and so they just ran it down our throat all day. And so I think you have to kind of be able to present a couple of different pictures and maybe sometimes talk them into trying to run the ball and really throw another hat in there that they didn't think was going to be in there in the box, or vice versa, show that you're playing a loaded box and then get out of it, And so I think there's some things that we have to try to do and manipulate, maybe the picture pre-snap at times, and but you can't do that all the time because the tempo is so fast that if you get caught trying to show too much, you get caught out of position. And so they do a really nice job of mixing the pace and being balanced with the run game and the throw game.
So, Coach, how do you, in this day and time, you got 60 new players, and you say that you want to keep them where they care about each other. What all can you do to do that? Because I guess do y'all have a dorm? People don't stay in dorms anymore.
Yeah, well, our freshmen and sophomores do, but I'll tell you what we do. We do a ton of. I'm really intentional about going all the way back to January about things we do for team building purposes, and then we do some activities where guys have one-on-one time with another teammate to where they have to like ask each other questions to get to know about each other. And I don't allow phones in meals. Like when we go to the hotel, I don't allow phones or headphones on the head during meals. So guys will actually put their daggum phone down and talk to each other. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in the world is walking in the room and everybody's looking at their phone and nobody's even like looking at each other or talking. And so we do a lot of stuff that is geared towards like, hey, actually spend time with the people you're around and like get to know them a little bit. And, a lot of training camp things as well that we try to incorporate that can try to create some sort of camaraderie and cohesion to where our guys have at least some sort of relationship with each other.
Coach, well, I can't thank you enough for picking up your phone today and talking with us. It's been quite the start, and there is a lot of North Alabamians who will be paying extra close attention to Oxford, Mississippi, and wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Best of luck, Coach. That's Coach John Summerall, Tulane Green Wave head coach. And, again, at least the initial answer there from Lane Kiffin is he does not know whether or not Tulane has tried to get back into the Southeastern Conference.
He was just saying he was going to be a coach there.
I know. Yeah. I know. Can't play along. Can't. You know who could play along? Big C. He can play along. What's up, Big C? Is Big C not there?
Hey, Big C, everything all right? I swear I talked to him.
Okay. Obviously, he's not playing along.
So he's not playing along either.
He hung up on
I'd
him.
say something.
Yeah. Big C?
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, it wouldn't be Wednesday without Big C.
Sort of dozing off, but that was an interesting conversation with the coach there.
He's from Huntsville.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Huntsville boy.
Yeah.
Grissom grad.
He did real well there.
He's the only Tiger I've known that was good at football the last 50 years.
Wow. All
Where
right.
did he play football at?
Grissom High School.
He was a linebacker at Kentucky.
Oh, was he? When was he up there?
When was he up there? 02 to 04.
Okay, back then. Wow. Well, he's an interesting guy, and he was talking about all the numbers and all that stuff about the turnover, and I think didn't he say he has 60 new players on the team?
60.
And they lost their quarterback this summer.
That's right. Yeah, to Duke.
What happened to him?
And then picked up the Jake Ratliff from
But
BYU.
before that, they picked up the guy that started at LSU.
That's right.
He went to Auburn. Then went to Western Kentucky. Then he was at Western Kentucky last year. Came and then got accused of stealing a car in Atlanta.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that was a quarterback they picked up before that. I mean, after their quarterback went to Duke, then they played Duke this weekend and beat their quarterback that went to Duke.
Yeah, with the BYU quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, this swapping around like that is sort of crazy. What do y'all think about
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
I mean, Alabama's best linebacker played for Colorado last year. Nobody knows his name.
Hill Green.
Yeah.
And we got to know him just simply of talking to Coach Barnett from the Colorado broadcast.
Yeah, he said that he was the best linebacker they had last year. And he has played very well. He gets better every game, too, as he gets what's going on.
What's the young man's name?
That's Hill Green.
Hill Green. He's 41, I think.
Hill Green.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to watch him a week Saturday.
Yeah. He makes a lot of plays, Big C. And Yang Z, what's 42? He's becoming a player, too. If he figures it out, look out.
I've never seen him around out there.
Yeah, he's had a couple sacks, 42. What's his name?
I'm looking it up. I don't have the roster memorized.
It doesn't matter. As soon as you memorize it, they change numbers in all the players' league.
Or they change their name.
Yeah.
Either or.
Well, I guess we know what Kentucky fans went through every year.
Well, there's a lot of belief that he would be next in line at Kentucky if there were to be a coaching change up there.
Well, I think a lot of people, he's gotten to be a hot commodity.
Pierre is number 42.
Yeah, what's his last name? Pierre?
That is his last name.
What's his first name?
I ain't touching his first. Hang on. I'll do it this way.
The French
guy.
guy.
I'm on the website.
He's the French outside linebacker, 42.
Yanze Pierre.
There you go.
Yanze Pierre.
Yanze Pierre.
Sorry, Big C.
He's a redshirt sophomore. I think he's been there a while.
It says he's from Eufaula, Alabama.
He's down there from where y'all are.
Dang. Greenville plays them in the same region with them. Never heard of him until today. Gosh.
Yeah, he's a pretty player. He looks the part.
Well, Alabama did play, at least they played 2 good games in a row. Now, I know we got to wait till a week from Saturday. What do you think, Wes? I know it's early, but maybe I need to ask you that next week.
So here's the deal. If they play like they've played the last 2 weeks and the quarterback does what he does, they got a good chance to win this game. You go back and watch the Tennessee tape, And they pulled out a miracle in that game. I mean, 4th and 21, the guy makes incredible. You got to give him credit. They made the plays.
Yeah,
but
dropped it in a bucket.
One of the plays is the damnedest play I've seen in a long time. The tight end gets beat. I mean, bad. They strip sack the quarterback. The ball bounced right back to the tight end who's behind the quarterback at this point. And he runs a touchdown.
Yeah.
No, God.
I mean,
that ball is shaped funny.
Yeah. I mean,
It
it's
does.
just.
I've seen funny bounces before. And it had at times it has gone against Alabama in a bad way.
Yeah, so Coach Fuller give the guy 3 minuses on that play. And maybe 1 plus for scoring a touchdown.
Who would have done that now?
No, Coach Fuller, because he stepped off with the wrong foot.
Got
beat around the corner. The guy had a strip sack. So, I mean, that's it. 3 minuses there.
And then 1 plus.
Yeah, but he recovered the fumble, but it caused the fumble, so that kind of cancels out. Now, the touchdown might have got him a plus. I'm not sure. That would have been close.
Depends on the teacher who's scoring.
Yeah.
Golly, that's funny.
I'll never forget. I talk about it all the time, Big C.
Quarterback, now if he keeps on playing like he's playing, we got and they can pass block for him. Got a good shot of winning it.
You go look at his passing completion and realize he had 6 drops in these three games. 6.
I talked about drops today with Coach DeBoer.
6 drops. What would his percentage be then?
Golly. Let me ask y'all a question while we're on here. How do they figure out this quarterback rating? Because I was looking at somebody, I think it was the quarterback from Wisconsin, and he completed some passes, but he threw an interception, but yet he got a 57-something quarterback rating, and his completion deal was pretty good, it looked like to me, from what I remember.
It depends on which one you're looking at, Big C.
Yeah, it really is.
Some of them just do throwing. Some of them do have where they run the ball. But I'm not sure which one does what.
But anyway, all 3 quarterbacks against Lyle Monroe got a 90-something% quarterback rating, which I think is pretty good. What is the highest you can do on that? Because I still don't understand how they do it.
I thought it was the guy that was running the website of grading college football page.
I don't know how to do that. That's part of the deal. It's just crazy. Now you know how to give if they win or lose.
I don't know how to calculate that or slugging percentage,
hey,
Big C.
Big C, who's your top 10 in grading college football? Have you done it this year?
I ain't got it up, but tell you, LSU's doing pretty good.
Everybody's high on LSU.
Yeah, everybody loves them some LSU.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think they're the best team. Point-wise, they're the best team in the conference right now. They beat Clemson, so they got 7 points for that. Then who they played the second game?
It was nobody.
Nobody, yeah.
Well, that was Wild Tech. So they got 3. That's 10, and then they beat Florida at home. They got 14 points right now out of 3 games. It's not bad. They're doing pretty good.
I think the quarterback's going to get them beat before it's over with.
Yeah, he's going to have to get better.
He's injured right now, but, we'll see.
Yeah.
He has an undisclosed lower leg injury.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Kelly today as well.
Georgia got 7 points from beating Tennessee up there, but but the first 2 opponents they didn't get. And, they didn't look like they played that good against Austin Peay.
No.
And who was the other one? Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall, I think, has 70 transfer players this year.
See, a lot of those guys left to
Southern Miss.
Go to Southern Miss with the coach that went down there. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gosh.
Sagarin's ratings right now has Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Penn State 3, Alabama 4, Notre Dame 5, Georgia 6, Texas 7, Miami 8, LSU 9, and Texas A&M at 10.
All right, what is this? The Power Index, football Power Index?
This is the rankings. Jeff Sagarin used to do this for USA Today, but now he just does it independently because USA Today dropped him. But his rankings, he's done it forever.
How do you rank Notre Dame? Where are they at, did you say?
Notre Dame is 5, right behind Alabama.
They're 0-2.
0-2. That's right.
I don't see how you do that. I'm sorry. You just don't.
They've lost to Miami, and they've lost to Texas A&M.
They lost 2 good teams, but I mean, really, well, Miami's highly ranked. Where's the A&M in the rank?
10. They're number 10.
That's got to be the only reason why he made them rank them that high, but I still don't see how you can rank them that high, though. To me, you know what Notre Dame would have? They'd have a -3, and then they played Texas A&M at home. They'd be -5 on my calculation, so they wouldn't be in the top 10.
Well, their schedule is going to get significantly easier, although they do play Arkansas week after next. So that is on the road in Fayetteville.
I will say this: Arkansas's quarterback.
Yeah,
Arkansas is better. They will beat some people this year as long as the quarterback stays healthy. He's special. He is special.
So I know one thing. I've been out there one time. They get into it. So it wouldn't shock me if they beat Notre Dame. That's all I'll say.
Well, who you got tomorrow morning, C?
You got Leroy Cook, 2-time All-American, coming on at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Played
great football player.
Sure was. He deserves. He ought to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. I don't know why he's not.
Well, didn't he tear his knee up running off the field in the last game he played in?
Auburn. He and Bob Baumhower jumped it up down, and I think he landed on his foot, and his knee went out, and that was it.
Well, see, we are right up against a break. Can you tell folks how to tune in to you?
Yeah, go to Facebook, go to Talking, TALKIN Sports with Big C, on from 8 to 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And we'll be interviewing Leroy Cook at 8:30 in the a.m.
Outstanding. Always good to hear from you, C.
It's always fun talking to y'all. And
yes, sir.
Big C. Undefeated when you come on.
Well, so there's that. They'll stay that way till next Wednesday.
No question.
We know that as well.
Yes.
Thank you, C. Ray and Cliff, we're going to get right to you on the other side. I did have a conversation with Hugh Freeze as well as Kalen DeBoer. I'll play that at some time here over the next 32 minutes as well, as we're live here from Baumhower's Victory Grill.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Just in time for early fall adventures, what could be better than 0 down on a new Ford? That sounds good to me. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's football and camping season, and we've got a brand new Ford to take you there. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with 0 down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance too. Choose a 2025 STX Crew Cab with a 2.7-liter EcoBoost for just $499 a month, or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 25 Broncos, Explorers for $499 a month, and Bronco Sport and Escape for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are 0 down, and they come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with 0 down, first payment due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax, tag, and title fees, and your good credit. These offers end 9/30/25. Now's the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Bobby White, and we hope to see you soon.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment property or a second home at the lake or the beach or in the mountains. We have great programs to make that happen. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. If you happen to be watching on WZZN TV, a couple of tables opened up right in front of us. Come on by. We're here for another 28 minutes or so. Cliff did not give up. Ray did. But Cliff, since you're still on hold, the floor is yours, sir. How are you, Cliff?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, just trying to work and hoping this heat will go on and die off.
Well, we had a little bit of rain this afternoon.
Yeah, it's spotty.
Makes it good and humid.
Oh, and it makes that grass keep growing and prolongs my work season a little bit longer.
Nothing wrong with that, Cliff.
I was, the Florida State game, I was a little bit disappointed in Bray Hubbard, man, and but I think he came back last week and silenced the critics. He had a good game.
He's had 2 good games in a row. He's played really well.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I played safety in high school, and I just love safeties. And he's my favorite player on the team. And I used to be Wesley Neighbors was my favorite safety, man. That boy, hey, he laid the wood.
Yes, he would.
Oh, yeah. But hey, man, the last thing, and I'll let you guys go. Andy, y'all think our defensive line is going to get better, where we can get a better push?
You know, I do think they're getting better.
That TK fella, if he comes back healthier.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I think the freshmen and the redshirt freshmen are playing really good. I mean, they look lost the first game, and they get better every week. And I'm so excited about the young players on this team. I said when I went to practice I was, but I wasn't excited about the defensive guys. They're light years ahead of where they were during the scrimmage. Light years. And you see them get better every week.
Yeah, you know, we have a history, too, of going into Athens as an underdog and ended up putting a spanking on them. So
there is no report of black jerseys.
Yeah, I hope there's a blackout. I'm ready for another funeral in Athens.
I bet you are.
Yeah,
you got on black today, Steve.
Yes, I do.
Speaking of which,
yes, I do.
He's getting ready.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it was good talking to y'all, man, and I wish y'all well. I'll hit you up Friday for the pick too. You still doing them, Steve?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Talk to you Friday, Cliff.
Yeah, I'll call you on Friday, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. My conversation with head coach Kalen DeBoer starts off with what I thought was one of the bigger stories coming out of the Wisconsin game, and that is drops.
I wanted to ask in particular of drops and I'm asking because whether the route was the right one, was the ball put in the right place, of just evaluate the couple of drops there in the Wisconsin game for me, Coach.
Yeah, we had two there in the fourth quarter that I know really jump off the screen, and just guys got to continue to, just watch the ball all the way in. And I think that's a lot of it. I thought the ball was right where it needed to be, and that's just focus, especially the two young men, Ryan and Lottie. I mean, these guys got great hands, and so it's not about that. It's about keeping your eye on the football and knowing that you can't go anywhere without it, and just doing your job first of catching it, and then let your ability go make the play afterwards.
You referenced the Georgia's last game. I'd love to get your thoughts in particular about the Georgia-Tennessee game, Coach.
Just compete until the very end, and that's what we saw a year ago, and that's what you're going to expect to see every time, they step on the football field. So didn't matter what the scoreboard said. There's a high level of competition happening, and just playing that play and only that play.
Ty Simpson, what kind of development have you seen out of Ty just from game one to the last game against Wisconsin, Coach?
I think he's really slowed the game down. He stayed disciplined. He's staying more disciplined with, just where his reads are taking him, and not being in a hurry, and then keeping his eyes downfield and trusting the offensive line. Even, when he's got to hang in there, I thought the third down on the second drive, him just ripping that corner to Ryan was a big time throw. And, that you love to see that. He's made those plays more now the last couple of weeks. And so it's just him getting more comfortable, him understanding, when he's got to make those big throws, how to keep drives alive, and and staying ahead of the chains. He's just doing a better job with all of those things here these last 2 weeks. But yeah, I think he's becoming more comfortable, more confident, and of course the team is becoming more confident in him too.
And obviously, a lot of fans are getting ready for a week from Saturday, Coach. But it makes me think about the game in Tuscaloosa last year. What stood out to you the most about that win in Tuscaloosa against Georgia last year for your teams, Coach?
We competed till the end. They did as well, and did a nice job in the second half. But we also kept playing, and we had, didn't make our own breaks there a couple series. They couldn't get off the field at times, but in the end, we made the plays too. We kept believing and kept fighting. So I expect that from our football team, with kind of where we've been at and how we've attacked practice, attacked the games. We're in a fighter's mentality mode right now too.
That's Kalen DeBoer from earlier today in the SEC teleconference. Boy, that was an electric atmosphere in Tuscaloosa last year, specifically in the first half. And then even the comeback as well after Georgia came all the way back to take the lead.
Yeah, well, it was a magical game. And a game where at that time I thought Alabama had the best team in the nation at that time in that game. And, of course, next week they get beat. And so,
by the way, Vanderbilt does have a game next week. They don't have a bye before they play Alabama.
Well, that's a good thing.
They
don't need a bye this year either. I mean, you better
they're playing
bring
Utah State,
you
judge that for yourself.
Well, you better bring it when you play Vanderbilt this year. But having them in Bryant Denny's the way they're playing now. This is a huge test, and really, it's a test of how they've played horrible on the road except one time. They haven't had I'd say not a chance to win, but they have played horrible on the road, and where they don't look like the same team. To me, this game, I think Alabama has more talent than Georgia overall. I think they're better mature. Have more mature players than Georgia. Now Georgia has good players, but they're not a great football team. Let's not kid ourselves. At this point, they could get there, but at this point, I think Alabama has more talent than they. So when they go over there, what I'm looking for is them to show the talent, right? And they fight and they play good, and they play together, and when something goes bad, you can't just let the world come to the end. You got to fight like Georgia fight. That's what I'm looking from Alabama. That's exactly to win on the road in the Southeastern Conference. It's not easy. You have to fight for it, and that's what I'm looking for. So,
if you're just joining us right out of the gate, we spoke to John Summerall, head coach at Tulane, as his Green Wave head to Oxford, Mississippi, to take on Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels.
Coach, I know you've already mentioned it here, but even from Troy to Tulane, are there the same characteristics? Has it evolved at all from what you see from a Coach Summerall team?
Yeah, there's a ton of similarities, except now they got a super explosive, good quarterback. But yeah, there's actually a lot of similarities from Troy to Tulane 2 years ago, even though he wasn't there, because the defensive systems overlap of coaching there and scheme. And so there's a ton of similarities actually between Troy and that Tulane game defensively, and then now this game.
To your quarterback room, I just from Austin to Trinidad, how do you evaluate both of your quarterbacks heading into this game, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's a great spot to be in. I would put our two up against anybody else's two. So that's exciting to have, and really pleased with how both have played and how both have handled the situations.
That's Lane Kiffin.
Pleased to running.
Got him again.
Yeah, you got him captured. At least we didn't hear a flush.
Not this time. Not this time.
That's classic. Classic.
That one is never going away. Until it is as well. I think we know a little bit more, maybe, with that home.
Auburn to make a statement. This is and their quarterback, who they threw away, basically, for another quarterback. And now he gets to go back home and play against him. It's going to be interesting to see.
Now, keep in mind, Jackson Arnold, it was Hawkins last year. That had to be the low point, I would assume, for Auburn fans last year in 24, was how Oklahoma went into your backyard and won that game. And I did ask one of the questions I asked in particular Hugh Freeze of that game last year. And that's how I ended the conversation. But here is Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze.
Oklahoma in particular, how different do they look just studying them from last year to this year, Coach?
Not different. Defensively, offensively, quite different. But a lot of it has to do they're healthy and they did themselves really well in the portal. But they're definitely different offensively. Defensively, it's the same. They're playing at a high level on defense for sure, only giving up one touchdown and, man, been really dominant on that side. But so it's really the same structures and looks, but offensively they're quite different.
From taking on a Brent Venables team, how good is he at disguising defenses? Just from figuring out exactly what you're going up against play to play, Coach?
extremely good at it. It's a great challenge for our offensive staff and our kids to figure out, what exactly is happening, because they're really good at it.
Wanted to ask about your running back room, and Cobb in particular. If you could tell me what you think so far of what you've seen out of your running back room, and the potential of getting number 0 back as well.
Yeah, we're pleased. We number one, they're taking care of the ball thus far, and Oklahoma harasses the ball really well. It's shocking that they haven't gotten a turnover yet, because they do go after the ball. And I think it starts with Cobb and Damari and the others taking care of the ball. And I think they run behind their pads well. They've gotten the dirty runs we need to stay ahead of the chains. I don't care if it's 3 yards. They found a way to do that. We've had very few negative runs, which Oklahoma has caused a bunch. So it's but pleased with that room thus far. Glad Damari is back, it seems. And obviously hadn't been hit yet, but he practiced full go yesterday and today. So good to have him back for this opener on the road.
And, Coach, I wanted to ask about Alex McPherson. He's from our area here in North Alabama, on his progression and certainly what you see out of his leg, Coach.
Yeah, each week it seems he's getting a little stronger. He's the new protocol or plan they have for him on his health is working right now. He's able to eat better, and obviously that gives him more strength. And we've gone from, it was the 20-yard line max to the 25, and now we feel like it's a bit further. So really happy with his progression on his health.
What stood out most about that game last year when kind of reevaluating that Oklahoma-Auburn game down on the Plains for you last year, Coach?
Nah, just, sick that thought our kids played excellent and played hard, and it's a game that we easily could have won. And I think we made a bad call and put our quarterback in a bad situation. And then it really cost us. And, that's the thing about these games. I mean, literally one play, one break can really turn the game. And, we were in a pretty good position there. Defense was playing well. And, we just turned over for a touchdown, changed that game, and gave them the win. Give credit to them for making the play, but would like to have that call over for sure.
That's Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, they tricked him.
And I can imagine most Auburn fans hearing that saying, "You think? You think?"
Well, I mean,
hindsight's always 20/20. Sometimes it's 20/15.
Yeah, well, it's 20/25, and that was a bad call. They should never throw the ball. I mean, that's the end of the story. I mean, I said it then, and they were tricked into running the ball. 100%.
Yeah, that game was done.
Oh, yeah.
It was over.
So, like we said yesterday, first you got to concentrate on not losing the game. Most games are lost.
That's helpful to do.
Yes.
Let's take our final timeout. Final call for phone calls. Walking you up to Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show. And then later on tonight, you got Crawdad front and center beginning at 7:30.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Just in time for early fall adventures, what could be better than 0 down on a new Ford? That sounds good to me. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's football and camping season, and we've got a brand new Ford to take you there. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with 0 down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance too. Choose a 2025 STX Crew Cab with a 2.7-liter EcoBoost for just $499 a month, or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 25 Broncos, Explorers for $499 a month, and Bronco Sport and Escape for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are 0 down, and they come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with 0 down, first payment due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax, tag, and title fees, and your good credit. These offers end 9/30/25. now's the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Bobby White, and we hope to see you soon.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know it's hot outside, so cool down with an upright or chest freezer in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get an under-counter ice machine with a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or how about a fridge out by the pool or in the garage for extra cold drinks? You can get a scratch and dent 18 cubic foot refrigerator for just $3.49 while supplies last. Go to owenappliance.com to learn more. That's owenappliance.com.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Firehawk Aerospace is a non-traditional defense contractor advancing the state of propulsion to strengthen the U.S. Defense Initiative. Founded in 2019, Firehawk Aerospace established early leadership in manufacture propulsion with the development of 3D printed hybrid rocket fuel grains. Visit firehawkaerospace.com to learn more. That's firehawkaerospace.com.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Now, a rogue shower might develop across the Tennessee Valley, but it does look like the vast majority of us are going to be dry. We drop into the mid-60s as we head into the overnight early into your Thursday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Once again, temperatures climbing into the lower 90s with a small chance of a passing shower.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Listen to the Woody Anderson Ford Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware. Each Friday night with Scott Tyson on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Final call for phone calls. Looky here, the Braves are 3 outs away from a 4-game sweep up at D.C. It's amazing how many seats are disguised
as people.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a 9-3 lead for the Braves. And anyway, final call for phone calls. Try to squeeze in a couple more conversations. I did ask Josh Heupel this question.
In terms of cleanup from Saturday, how beneficial maybe a game like Saturday for games down the road, Coach?
I'll let you listen to what he had to say after we hear from Chris. How are you, Chris?
Hello,
Chris is pulling a big C. Chris.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
There he is.
We're good. How you doing, Chris?
I'm making it. Getting off work, driving home.
Outstanding. What's on your mind?
I was just going to talk about Alabama a little bit. You know, I kind of feel like the last couple of games, they did what they were expected to do. At this point, you know, I want to see how they perform when they go on the road and get hit in the mouth. I mean, are they going to fold? Are they going to hit back? Because last year they didn't do so well. And Georgia's no pushover team. We know that. Kirby's team's going to be ready to play. And they're surely going to be ready to play after Tennessee took them to the wire like that. What do you think?
Well, I just said the same thing basically. What are they going to do when somebody takes and hits them in the mouth? When they, they got to go and on the road and fight. And really, even if they lost a close game in Georgia, it wouldn't be. I just don't want them to go lay an egg. And play well. Florida State, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, Michigan.
Yeah.
You go back. I mean, all four of those are on the road. They played one good game against LSU last year on the road. So consistency and fight and
effort.
What I want to be able to say at the end of the year was the Florida State was the best thing that happened to the team. Right? That's what you want to look back and be able to say.
Yes, sir, absolutely. That's what I told people in the beginning. I was like, it could either be the worst thing that happened to us or the best thing that happened to us because it humbled us right off the bat.
Well, and just the way they played. I mean, you see the way Hubbard's coming up now and the way the linebackers are filling gaps. And, I'm excited about the young players. I've said it many times. They're starting a freshman tight end. They're playing there's freshmen. All the freshman tackle comes in and plays awesome. I bet I don't think he's been beat yet, knock on wood. So, I mean, it's just kind of it's fun to see, freshman running backs, the freshman receivers. It's just fun. The freshman defensive linemen. There are a lot of talent on this team that's young, and I'm excited for the future. And but if they don't play hard, that's the only thing that's inexcusable to me.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
Appreciate the phone call.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day.
By the way, we do have a box here to win Bob's tickets for the Alabama LSU game. We have had a couple of people come on by and write down. It's just simply write down your name, your cell phone number, and a chance to win 2 tickets to the Alabama LSU game. That's it. And that's right here. And I'll have the box with me until I'm wrapped up and getting ready to head into the house. Josh Heupel, here's how he answered that question in particular on maybe the benefits of testing your team after taking an L, a hard luck L for the Vols.
Well, I think win, lose, draw. When you get back in the building as a coaching staff on Sunday and then with your players on Monday, it's always about, the growth of the things that you control. You play good teams, and you're going to be in a one-on-one battle and maybe not win every one of those one-on-one battles. And as part of being a competitor, but the things that you can control, can be, eye discipline, fundamentals, technique, communication, the things that we have ownership of. It's always about how do we do those things better. And I think anytime you're in a ball game where you're playing great competition, which is really every week inside of this league, all of those things, the lessons, the video, the experience always has a chance to make you better as long as, every individual and collectively as a team, you take ownership of those things. And, our guys have done a great job of that. And
that's a little bit there at Josh Heupel. Hey, Coach, the Kalen DeBoer Show is next. So long from Baumhower's.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully.